What if navigating life's changes was as simple as understanding cheese? Spencer Johnson's Who Moved My Cheese uses a delightful parable to reveal profound truths about adapting to change. This is the story of how I embraced the lessons of the maze, learned to let go of fear, and found new opportunities amidst uncertainty. The wisdom within this simple tale reshaped how I approach challenges, reminding me that flexibility and courage can transform any situation into an opportunity for growth. The book begins with a parable featuring four characters: two mice, Sniff and Scurry, and two little people, Hem and Haw. They live in a maze and search daily for cheese, a metaphor for what we desire in life. When the cheese supply in one spot runs out, the characters respond differently, reflecting distinct approaches to change. As I read, I saw parallels to my own life. The cheese symbolized my goals, career success, relationships, and personal growth. The maze represented life's complexities and challenges. I realized that, like Hem and Haw, I sometimes resisted change, clinging to outdated ideas or habits. Recognizing this was the first step toward transformation. I began viewing change not as a threat, but as an inevitable part of life. The maze wasn't something to fear, but a place to explore. Instead of dreading the unknown, I started to see it as an adventure waiting to unfold. Johnson's parable taught me that adapting to change starts with acknowledging it and being willing to move forward. The more I embraced this mindset, the more empowered I felt to navigate life's twists and turns. One day, Sniff and Scurry find that the cheese supply has diminished, so they immediately set out to find more. Hem and Haw, however, resist. Hem complains about the unfairness of the situation, while Haw hesitates, fearing the unknown. Their contrasting reactions illustrate how fear and denial can hinder progress. I saw Hem's reactions in my own past behaviors. There were times when I resisted new opportunities, choosing comfort over growth. Haw's hesitation mirrored my fear of failure, which often kept me stuck in familiar but unfulfilling situations. These reflections forced me to confront how often I clung to outdated circumstances simply because they felt safe. Inspired by Johnson's story, I started shifting my perspective. When faced with change, I asked myself, what new opportunities could this bring? Instead of focusing on what I was losing, I began imagining what I could gain. This mindset helped me embrace challenges with curiosity instead of dread. I realized that, like Sniff and Scurry, being proactive and open to change leads to greater resilience and success. With each step I took into uncharted territory, I discovered hidden strengths and untapped potential. As Haw ventures into the maze, he begins to find motivational messages written on the walls, such as, if you do not change, you can become extinct, and smell the cheese often so you know when it's getting old. These insights encourage him to keep moving forward and remain vigilant. I found these messages profoundly relatable. I started reflecting on areas of my life where I had ignored warning signs of stagnation. For example, in my career, I noticed moments when I clung to outdated strategies instead of embracing new trends. In relationships, I sometimes avoided difficult conversations, hoping issues would resolve themselves. These habits, I realized, were my own way of resisting the writing on the wall. Johnson's metaphor of the writing on the wall reminded me to stay alert and adaptive. I began setting aside time for self-reflection, asking myself questions like, what's changing around me? And how can I prepare for it? This practice helped me become more attuned to shifts in my environment and proactive in addressing them. The more I paid attention to these signs, the more equipped I felt to handle transitions with confidence. Haw's journey through the maze is marked by his gradual release of fear. He realizes that his hesitation and doubt were holding him back more than the challenges of the maze itself. As he moves forward, he begins to feel more confident and optimistic, discovering that fear loses its power when faced directly. This chapter resonated deeply with me. I realized that fear had often been the root of my resistance to change. Whether it was fear of failure, rejection, or uncertainty, these emotions kept me tethered to situations that no longer served me. By holding on to these fears, I was limiting my potential and stifling my growth. Inspired by Haw's courage, I began confronting my fears head-on. I started taking small, calculated risks, whether it was trying new projects at work, initiating honest conversations, or stepping into unfamiliar roles. Each step built my confidence and reinforced the belief that growth lies on the other side of fear. Over time, I began to see fear not as an obstacle, but as a signal that I was venturing into areas of growth and possibility. As Hawk continues his journey, he discovers a new supply of cheese. This moment represents the rewards of embracing change and persevering through challenges. Hawk's success is a testament to the power of adaptability and resilience. I began applying this lesson to my own life by seeking out new opportunities and exploring uncharted territory. For example, I started pursuing skills that aligned with future trends, positioning myself for growth. I also made an effort to meet new people and expand my network, opening doors to unexpected possibilities. Each new venture felt like discovering a fresh supply of cheese, invigorating and rewarding. Finding new cheese isn't just about material rewards. It's about discovering fulfillment and purpose. Johnson's parable reminded me that the effort to adapt and grow is always worthwhile, even when the path feels uncertain. With each new discovery, I found not only external successes but also a deeper sense of inner alignment and joy. After finding the new cheese, Hawk reflects on the importance of sharing his insights with others. He wishes him could overcome his fear and join him, but he also understands that each person must choose their own path. Leading by example becomes his way of inspiring others. This chapter inspired me to share my experiences and lessons with those around me. Whether through mentoring, writing, or conversations, I began encouraging others to embrace change and pursue growth. I found that helping others navigate their own maze deepened my understanding of Johnson's principles. Each shared story strengthened connections and fostered mutual learning. At the same time, I learned to respect that not everyone is ready to change. Like Haw, I focused on leading by example rather than forcing others to follow. This approach fostered mutual respect and created opportunities for authentic connection. By demonstrating the rewards of adaptability, I discovered that inspiration often speaks louder than persuasion. The final lesson of Who Moved My Cheese is that change is constant and inevitable. The key to thriving lies in our ability to anticipate, adapt, and embrace it with a positive mindset. The maze, though unpredictable, is also full of potential. I began incorporating this philosophy into my daily life by cultivating a mindset of curiosity and resilience. Instead of dreading change, I started welcoming it as an opportunity to learn and grow. I also developed habits that kept me adaptable, such as continuous learning, proactive planning, and regular self-assessment. Johnson's parable taught me that the maze of life is not something to escape, but something to navigate with courage and optimism. Each twist and turn holds the potential for discovery, and each step forward brings us closer to our goals. By embracing this mindset, I found not only new opportunities, but also a profound sense of freedom and empowerment. Who Moved My Cheese revealed that change is not the end, but a beginning. By letting go of fear, staying alert to shifts, and embracing the journey, I found new opportunities and a deeper sense of purpose. Change, I learned, is the only constant, and within it lies the potential for reinvention and growth. What cheese are you chasing? Remember, the maze may be unpredictable, but with the right mindset, it's always navigable.